There we go.
Yo, dude, the delay is a bit cack. I mean, like, but anyway.
I know, right?
I don't know if we must, after one or two videos or whatever, maybe just like both try reset our routers and reconnect again or something. And
Yeah, we can try that. But now what you should do is you should go to your phone and you should queue up that little video clip for us so we can actually cue the music.
I'm ready when you are. Let's do this. Oh, what a fail again. I will get this right by the end of the series. Okay, finally. It'll work now, I promise.
So that's cool.
What's up, dude?
How's it, buddy?
I'm good, man. Welcome back.
Yay! We're back!
Lockdown, treating us well. If you want to know how insane we really are going, watch our previous video.
Yes,
We get all deep and stuff.
A quick little catch up on that one. But maybe it's not a bad opportunity to kind of stay within the lockdown realm and chat about mechanisms that we're using to cope. Because I know in our last clip, you mentioned that you and Kira were doing a lot more PlayStation time.
Dude,
Tell me about that.
It's like, you think when, and for the most of the world, I think it's like immediate Netflix. But Kira and I have generally always, like, our routine is go to work, come home, like make dinner together, and then we kind of like chill and watch whatever new series we can catch up on. But I don't know where we've just like started playing a lot of PlayStation again. And my PS4 was for the longest time a glorified Netflix machine. I dig games, dude. Yeah. I really dig games, but my mind starts, I get anxious and I'm like, I'm not being constructive enough, you know. And I also haven't had like a game that I could play for a long time that I really could dive into. So I'm also not one of those dudes. We've got, mutual mates that are like, have to platinum the game and play the hell out of it and play on every level and master every challenge. And I'm like, I just want an easy, mindless game to play through once and I'm good. So Kira and I are actually playing Diablo 3 again. And I actually thought it might be worth even talking about that at some point. Because, dude, that game I think is 12 years old now. And it's still, for some reason, it's relevant, man. Like, they got these seasonal things where you play a seasonal character and you only have 3 months to, like, complete certain challenges and build it up. And you can play, like, network playing. So, I'm jamming with Keegan and Tashis, mates of ours. And nice. Kira's playing with me. And, like, whenever anyone's online, we just join each other and jam and go trash stuff and beat stuff up and like, earn goals and stuff like that. But on that same note, It's been cool to replay it again. I've played it a couple of times because now, I don't know if you saw this, dude, because I know like you're not like stupidly big into gaming, but you kind of like know some ins and outs and stuff.
I have my one or two here and there.
Yeah, so, and I don't know if you saw this. This is old news now, but it's Diablo related. Like a while back at what they call BlizzCon, where they release stuff, they released a game called Diablo Immortal, which is a mobile game. Dude.
Yes, Bryn was actually a big shout out to our other mate, Bryn. He was sending me screenshots of Diablo on his mobile, and he's like a little kid again playing Diablo over again.
If you're bored, dude, and anyone out there who sees this like hasn't, go check it out. It's insane. They have live reactions because like it's a con, so there's thousands of people there, and when they got on stage and announced it, the fans were like, "Are you joking? What crap is this? Why would you make a new cell phone version of Diablo?" Because, dude, you remember, Diablo's got any Blizzard players have like this cult following. They're like a huge PC following, like traditional mouse clicking keyboard playing. And then it moves over to consoles, which is a whole nother following. And, dude, like, they were like, "No, you're selling out." Like, the fans like trashed them for it. They're like, "Dude, live."
Really?
And now with time, because they've heard there is still a Diablo 4 coming out, which is a whole separate game.
Yes, I've heard about that.
But yeah, and that looks freaking incredible. Holy moly. If you haven't seen the trailers, dude, it's so cinematic.
I saw the trailer. It looks amazing. And on that note, awesome trailers. The new Doom Eternal.
Yeah, they're actually they on Joe Rogan, he speaks to the one developer, which is really cool, and you get some insight into the game. So yeah, check that out.
You got a little bit of insight there. Man, that game looks epic. Oh,
yeah.
Sorry.
No, but now, dude, as it's sort of like slowly coming out and stuff, I think some of the people are warming up to the like, okay, I can play Diablo occasionally on my phone. It's maybe not the worst thing, but I think people made the mistake in thinking that this is the cell phone version was Diablo 4, and that's why everyone's like, whoa, what are you doing to our precious Diablo? You know, like.
Okay,
so I think people have
why are you putting it on that platform as opposed to the stuff that we're used to?
Yeah, so I think people now warming up to that, they see that there's a whole nother Diablo. But the problem is people are playing like demos, and I'm so happy, dude. I don't know how well you know Diablo, but there's a character they introduced in number 2, and he's called the Druid. And what he is he's like an elemental character, and he shapeshifts and stuff still to this day. Like, and he doesn't exist in Diablo 3. You kind of have these side merges of like necromancers and wizards and stuff. But now he's back. Okay. He's back as a staunch Viking dude. Like in 4, he's one of the character demos that they've got. But dude, the thing is, Blizzard, the respect and the hate I have for them is they release games when they're ready. Period. They don't cave to investors. Right. Like, dude. So a lot of guys are saying like,
but you know what, dude? I kind of respect that because there's nothing worse than getting a new game, and then as soon as you get it, you have to download the first patch or whatever it is. It basically needs like a brand new game anyway. Like,
yeah, no, dude, that is a general problem in society today. Is people are so ready to release unfinished products just to make that yearly upgrade cycle to get people to spend money. It's insane.
Sure.
And this whole planned obsolescence sort of thing where things are designed to break, so the companies can keep making money. It's I mean, the most typical example is you look at a car 40 years ago from now, and it's like built like a tank, and now it's like, hey, it's plastic, you know. But anyway, but yeah, dude. So I know I've ranted on a bit now because, you know, like I said, but we've been watching like no TV, man. It's weird because like Kira and I get up and we're like, how can we upgrade our characters? And we've been jamming, and so it's gotten me excited for Diablo all over again. So it's a game, but again, like I said, barring on what I just said with Diablo taking their time. Sorry, Blizzard. Like some people are like, dude, we in for the next 10 years before they release this game, which is like, no. I hope it's sooner, but I guess we'll have to see, hey. But yeah, dude, so, and also the reason I ranted on about this so much is because that's pretty much all I've been doing with our spare time. So, so I don't know if we're going to segue into what you've been up to.
No, I was going to say that's actually quite cool spare time. You know, again, going back to what we were talking about in our previous clip was you and Kira are spending awesome quality time with each other in the gaming space, in Diablo, and I think that is so cool.
Yeah. No, it's fun, dude, and then every now and then you'll have, you know, like any couple gets like, you know, you do something annoying, you get like annoyed with each other, and you kind of like laugh it off later, but in the moment you're like so serious in the game, and like life depends on this, you know, like
I needed you to heal me. Why didn't you heal me?
So no, it's cool, man. No, I'm digging it. It is a lot of fun, and even just so like a douche, somewhere my PlayStation headset has just disappeared. I think it's in the box packed in some garage or something. So that's also, it's been a side like thing of fun. When Tashius and Keegan are online and all 4 of us jamming, we actually take someone's phone and we loudspeaker a WhatsApp call, a group WhatsApp call, and we just scream at each other and talk to each other while we're playing. And it becomes like a Zoom call because like all of a sudden Keegan will go quiet and you'll be like, and he's like, oh, sorry, I was bathing my hubby. You're like, what? And then we'll like go get supper and we'll do this. And like, so everyone carries on with their lives, but you're staying on this call. So like the whole Diablo thing actually becomes like this like mini social event. So in this catch up, you know, like what's happening, and, you know, and we'll still send stuff to like our group and stuff and talk about, you know, just current affairs and all that. So yeah, dude, like the whole Diablo thing has become weirdly cool. Like I didn't expect it, but it's like now it's part of our routine. So I'm interested to see how we're going to like, when life goes back to normal, it's like, how are we going to find Diablo time? Or is it just going to like, just die away? We'll have to see.
I'm quietly confident. I hope you guys at least, I don't know, reserve, like the good old TV show, The Big Bang Theory, they had their certain game nights, Halo night, or moments of D&D or whatever. I hope you guys find that too, and you have like Diablo night
so it's
or
not
something.
date night. Yeah, it's game night. Yeah. And but it's
Yeah,
funny enough. So
totally.
it's funny you say that, dude. Like Kira and I have actually been keen to that for a lot, but because of the trends in gaming, and I know I'm maybe contradicting what I'm saying, but because we're just talking about the benefits of everything going online and how you can still reach people and all that. But the problem is the market's very much aimed at the solo gamer who can log on. Look at Fortnite, like this whole younger generation. They can chat and the characters can dance. But Kira and I just want a good old fashioned couch co-op game. Sorry. Where we can split screen and we can and there are a few games that do it, but it's always a side mode that's just like invented on the side. It's never like, there was a game recently,
Focus.
a while ago they developed specially for 2 players. It's called No Way Out, and it's 2 characters that escape prison, and you've got to literally use each other, and it was so much fun. But like we just keep looking, and there's no real. I mean, the Call of Duties and all of them that come out often have a co-op version, but also games are just getting so expensive, so we've got to be like very picky of what we decide to buy and stuff. But dude, co-op is just a thing of the past. So Kira and I have wanted to do game night for so long, but we just can't find something. So
okay. One thing I'm looking forward to coming out of isolation is trying to get more board game nights, friends and that together around a table playing an assortment of different board games and mixing it up each time. That's what I'm looking forward to as well.
Definitely, dude. And I mean, we did that recently for when you came over to my house for Brian stuff, and I can't remember what the board game's called, but it was epic. And if you wanted to shout
Good old
out,
Cranium.
Yeah, Cranium, dude. I'd never heard of that game. It's so much fun. So we definitely we need to do that at least even once a month or whatever it is.
Definitely, 100%. And good old. For those of you that don't know South Africa too well, we've got a definite, what we call a braai or barbecue culture over here. So not a bad idea to do it on sort of a Sunday barbecue, get that, and then a bit of a board game session after that. Those can definitely potentially happen, or even a Saturday.
Yeah, no, definitely. But dude, so maybe just to, what have you been doing? We've been rambling on about my gaming and stuff. Anything you've been watching or maybe reading? We should be reading comics. We should be reading more comics. Read more comics.
I will be honest. I wanted to. I had the intention to read some comics, and I think we'll talk about that just now. But there's 2 things that I've done. Some of it's been watching, and some of it has been cell phone type gaming. Before going into lockdown, some guys that I work with were telling me about a cool game called Star Realms. It's a deck building card game, and it's designed for 2-player. So it's not like Magic the Gathering or Pokemon or any of those where you have to buy your own cards, build your own deck, and then play against someone. The game comes with a large enough deck that it's a communal deck between you and the other person. And how it starts is you get dealt cards that can do damage. So each person has 50 health, and you have to try and win the game by depleting the other person's health down to 0. How you do that is you draw cards, and there's a communal buy-in or marketplace or something, and you can then buy bases, battleships, starships, all that kind of thing, ships that get you more cards. And as you go through it, you consume through a discard deck, and then once your hand is empty, you shuffle your discard deck, and then you redraw cards again, and you just constantly keep cycling through. And it was actually just such a cool, awesome game, and it uses some of the concepts of Magic and Pokemon. So if anyone's played those card games, they get it. But what I found before lockdown, going into it, was over here, the cell phone app version of Star Realms.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, what's kind of cool about it is it's got a single campaign thing, so you can play by yourself. You can play versus the phone's AI, be simulating another player, or it's got 2 other things. You can play online with friends, etc., in a versus sort of mode. If you've got friends and they've got the app, you can all meet in a certain place and then play one another. And then if you can't find the physical cards, if you were in a household like you and Kira, you can have the pass and play option, where it puts the thing down, you do your set of moves, and then your turn's over, she does her set of moves, and you just keep working together there in the pass and play mode. So I've been doing a bit of that online and single versus the AI on the phone, which is kind of cool. Dig the game, a lot of fun. So that's my gaming sort of side for now. On the watching and consuming, this last week I actually started watching Lock and Key, the Netflix series that's based on the graphic novels by Joe Hill. For those of you that don't know, Joe Hill is kind of a semi-pseudonym. He is the son of Stephen King. So his full name is Joseph Hill. Hill is a shortened middle name, and he's just dropped the King because he wanted to make a name for himself as Joe Hill and not Stephen King's son.
I did not know that. Because I mean, Lock and Key is done by Image, right? Published by Image. Or am I wrong?
Yes, it was Image, and I think they've now released like box sets through IDW and stuff like that. So, and off the back of what I'm seeing on the TV show, I got in touch with the local comic store. I know they had a box set available for me. They've given me a good price on the box set, so I've put a deposit down on the box set. I have to.
It's a cool series, not only
support. Yeah, no, definitely. So I'm very, very keen to read the graphic novels. Apparently, he's a very good horror kind of writer, similar to his dad. I'm sure the apple didn't fall too far from the tree there, but apparently his focus is going to be more on the graphic novel, comic book sort of side. So I'm interested to read that. So far, I haven't finished the show, but from what I'm seeing, very, very cool. Interesting take on things and how these keys, magical type keys work. So I'm interested to see where that goes. I don't think that they cover everything. I'd be interested to know if the season 1 is book 1 or graphic novel 1 in the comic world, and if then season 2 is going to be graphic novel number 2 and so on and so forth. But so far, a very interesting take, and I wouldn't be surprised if they've taken out some of the things that the graphic novels might have to make it more accessible to an everyday watching audience, because I haven't as yet gone, wow, this is freaky, this is scary, this is like, too horror for me. That hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
But I'm enjoying it.
No, I've watched it. It's a cool series, but I can't sort of give you any feedback because I haven't read it. Actually, Kira, I think, has like one or two of the TPs. So I must actually ask her, because she was reading that and American Vampire, stuff she found while I was comic shopping, and I think so. I must actually check with her. But I remember she liked it, and that's when I was like, oh, they're making the series, cool. But I know nothing about the actual comics.
No, a couple guys in the local community were telling me about it. A lot of the YouTube guys that I follow, I don't know, there's OmniDog who's mentioned it. Shout out to him and his channel. There is the guys at, I've actually gone blank now. Give me a second. I'll do a quick check here on my phone. Excuse me. I have to give a shout out to them because one of the things that got me researching it was them talking about the Lock and Key sort of series. And I do just want to make sure that I give them the credit that they're due. Near Mint Condition. The guys at Near Mint Condition, and in particular Omar at Near Mint, he was busy talking about it. It was one of his all-time favorite good reads.
Okay, cool.
And he was mentioning Joe Hill, and he mentioned a connection to Stephen King, and that's what got me like, what is he, like, understudy or whatever? And then, son, Stru's God.
That's very cool to know. I had no idea, so very cool fact.
And I like that whole kind of like, Dad is definitely probably the horror genre master, and I like that generation 2, if you like, in Joe, he's become like a horror kind of writer, but in this different format, i.e. comic books, graphic novels. I think that's very cool in and of itself.
Yeah, it is super cool. And I actually like that he tried to hide his name. I mean, there's very few people that do that. I don't know if you know, again, you're going to laugh at me for bringing it up, but even Jared Leto, dude, with 30 Seconds, when 30 Seconds started, he literally did everything, apparently, this is alleged, to hide the fact that he was the singer. I mean, he was an actor, because he didn't want the band to make the fame. And that's why they were underground for quite a while, dude. There's like, I think 1 or 2 albums, and then they kind of exploded and everyone sort of caught on. He had this like, I mean, if you look at his old image, he had like this weird, like torn, like prison looking clothes and this long hair in his eyes. And like, and it was really like, I'll play you some of their old stuff sometime when, or I'll just send you a clip or whatever, but it's like way more electronic styled rock. It was really out there. And then they started like commercializing their sound. And then I think eventually he realized he couldn't separate the two, so he just owned it, you know. But he did. He didn't want people to go, oh, it is Jared Leto's band.
Right.
So you know, there's very few people that
Which is
try
quite
to do
funny
that.
because that's a little bit contrary to like a band, in inverted commas, a band like Tenacious D with Jack Black, where Jack Black was definitely using the fact that he had a name for himself in Hollywood, and he was using that to push Tenacious D and their popularity and his passion for rock music, etc. That's very cool.
Definitely, man.
Yeah. Wow.